I'm Tiago. I'm walking back to my mic. I'm over here now, and I'm on. Hey guys. Hey.
Fucking good. It's not like we're on the pod yet.
I'm always on the pod.
I'm not.
Pod of the body snatchers. Am I? Do you know what
I'm still wandering around dazed. I'm like, I need to quit my job. I need to sell all my belongings. I need to get a kayak, and I need to follow Florence and the Machine around.
Rose, it's not gonna work long term.
I don't even give a shit. When I'm at work, I'm like, why am I here?
It'll be okay. We'll make it.
I can make it. I can
Rose
follow her.
Yeah, Rose has discovered that she wants to be a groupie in the year of our Lord 2026.
Yeah, I figured out what can make me be a groupie, and it's an extremely tall woman in a beautiful dress. Who would have thought?
Good luck. That's all I got.
I'm gonna need it.
I
will not be the first in line, nor will I be the last.
I'm just imagining a newspaper that just says, Rose found dead in Miami. Like, fucking...
Well, what I was going to say is,
she already did the Miami show.
Kind of by definition, there's normally not one groupie.
Yeah, there's multiple groupies.
It's usually there's usually a bunch of them.
You can find community. And you can become the Machine together. I always thought the Machine was like the system. Now I'm thinking about
the Machine is the band.
I know the Machine. I know the Machine is the band now.
Yeah, well, me too now.
I thought it was the.
I know the Machine is the band is the movie.
Yeah, the Machine is the
Machine. There's already a band named after with only part of our name. The
Rose
band.
busts into the room. Bird, I have a plan to get us to become groupies for Florence and the Machine.
I know how we're gonna go see Florence the Machine.
Here's your flower crown.
Okay, so I do kind of have a thing to say about Nirvana the band, the show, is that this is a story that I'm telling right now.
We're all recording.
Okay.
No, it's not. Apparently.
It's not about that. It's just that, I completely got sidetracked because I remembered this. It happened a couple days ago. I don't like having, memes shown to me on video. If someone takes their phone and tries to show me a meme, I don't like it because it makes me feel anxious because I have to, give them a response that they expect. Oh, you should find this funny. And then if I don't find it funny, I'm going to be like, oh, I let you down. Anyway, my friend, I was making a reference to We Shop Wednesday, and the people I was with didn't know what it was about. So they're like, you can show it to us. And I was like, I don't want to show you guys. And he goes, I'll show it. And I go, okay, fine, I show it. I show it. They have no response. And that's somehow more damning. Yeah. I really,
You're like, I tried to push the train out of the way, but you jumped in front of it again.
I don't have to show this to you. I, in fact, begged you not to watch it. I think you're off scot-free there. You're not to blame.
It's not that I'm here to blame. It's just that I was on the other end of the thing I was trying to avoid, which was being disappointed by the fact that they didn't like We Shop Wednesday. It hurt way more.
They asked you to show it. They requested it.
They checked out halfway through. That was the worst part. They didn't even finish.
How long is that video?
1:17.
I was about to say I was literally about to say 1 minute and 20 seconds. So yeah,
I could suck it up for 1 minute and 17 seconds. I've got to be perfectly honest.
It hurt me in a way that I wasn't ready for, and I'm never going to forget this. I'm never going to show.
Spans are in the toilet.
I could suck it up.
All right, let's just fucking clap.
Welcome to Updated Autopsy Report, a podcast from Yotze Ben and Friends, where we read and watch the inspirations behind Ace Attorney. I'm your host, Ben, and with me, as always, are Tiago.
Yo.
And Rose.
Hi.
We're all longtime fans of Ace Attorney. We hope that through our perspectives, it'll reveal new details and provide interesting commentary for all the media we discuss. Our intro music is by Lace, and you can find all her other work at leiss.bandcamp.com. Today, we've all read the first 6 chapters of the Decagon House Murders by Yukito Ayatsuji.
Oh, my God.
This novel is perhaps... It's often referenced as kind of like the one that really kickstarted the Shin Honkaku mystery wave in Japan. And we have already covered a little bit of that. We actually went into some of the history of that in our episode with Minovsky article when we talked about the Moai Island puzzle. So if you haven't listened to that episode yet, I highly recommend it. But this one's kind of the kickoff. And maybe if I was better prepared, we would have read Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None first before this. Because this is deliberate pastiche.
Oops,
And then there were none. But, hey, live and learn. And this would have been, this would have been one that a lot of folks would have read in Japan. This was never referenced specifically by either Takumi or Yamazaki, but it is one that was definitely in the mix there, for a lot of murder mysteries at the time. Has anyone here read or experienced any form of And Then There Were None offhand?
Nope.
I'm kind of tangentially aware of the situations they're in.
Yeah, I mean, I have not read it either, but I'm familiar with the story. It is, it's about a bunch of people on an island that get murdered one by one.
Wait, really? Boy, yeah. I know a story that's similar to that.
And it's the best-selling mystery novel of all time.
Really?
So there's that too.
How good could it be?
It's apparently pretty good. I don't know
if you remember a couple of episodes ago, but this Agatha Christie lady seems to be kind of onto something.
Yeah. Has she done anything I know of, or anything I can think of?
She's done a lot of novels with this guy called Hercule Poirot.
Oh, Hercules.
Now, in addition to being one of the best-selling mystery novels of all time, it's also just one of the best-selling books ever. I think it's in the top 20 or something like that, top 10 best-selling books of all time. It's somewhere in there.
My goat.
The original title of that book was problematic, to put it lightly.
Cool.
So you can go Google that if you really want. And after this first initial title, it also got another title then.
Was the second one also?
It was also slightly problematic, and so then it finally got changed a third time to And Then There Were None, which
I think we can all agree
Spoilers.
That's now a phrase that's said throughout media, so it must have stuck.
Suffice to say, there's a lot of common elements between that book and this one. Remains to be seen if one of the critical elements of that book surfaces here or not, which is that in And Then There Were None, there's a bit of when's the detective gonna show up? When is the man gonna arrive who's going to solve everything and put everything in its place? And that's you're constantly waiting for that in that story. And not to spoil that novel, because I'm not going to spoil the murder or anything like that, but the detective never arrives, right? Instead it is about all these people who are in this murder mystery, but there's no detective, right? And so that's I say that here for a little bit of context, because we also get a character who could maybe fit into the detective mold in this, who also can't seem to get to the island. I guess, did anybody have any big thoughts up front before I do the summary?
This seems fun.
I am so happy to be reading a good mystery book. I'm so happy to read something that is legible. It is meant to be read in book format. I love books. I love
my syllabus has come to bite us in the butt again.
No, it's fine.
Because yes, after reading Schlock, this was like I think, what did I say? It was like a cool glass of water afterwards, because it's just a book.
We did too many shots in a row, too many Jello shots. One Jello shot is fun. 2 Jello shots is fun. 3 Jello shots is right out. Now we're just drinking water.
Yeah, we're drinking water now. I think the thing on the top of my mind is the fact that I have never read the And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and I also don't even know what the story is, or have no idea. I only know the phrase. So like I have zero context for how that applies to this book, but I think it's going to be kind of interesting to go back and like read that. I definitely want to read And Then There Were None. But
it's definitely on there. It's just Agatha Christie has not typically come up as much in reference to Shu Takumi or Ace Attorney in general, right? He had not brought her up a bunch, as an influence. He had listed a lot of other people instead first, which is why we just generally kind of put her further to the back here. But listen, she's a good writer, so I'm not gonna leave her out entirely. It's not like again, it's all in the soup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just excited to see what's like fresh to me because I have zero context. So I'm gonna be like, oh, yippee, a mystery, and I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Alrighty. Well, in the Decagon House murders, 7 members of yes.
Rose, did you have any thoughts?
Book good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Rose did say this was fun. Was there more?
No, this was fun. We should podcast faster so that I can finish the book.
Okay. I did. That was okay. I thought that's what the vibe was, because yes, you asked how much do we need to read, and I said, up to read chapter 6, and you were like, okay, and I was like, oh, this is maybe I'm maybe putting the brakes on somebody here. So
I read to chapter 6 in 2 days.
Yeah.
Obviously we have more than that to read these books, but I got in there.
Yeah.
I also finished like a couple days ago and then just went, damn, shit, just gotta wait now. And here we are.
Okay, go.
Next. Now I'll go. All right. 7 members of the University Mystery Club are planning on spending a week at a spooky island as part of their vacation. This island was once host to a terrible murder in which a wealthy man, perhaps formerly wealthy, Nakamura Seiji, killed his wife, chopped off her hand, killed the housekeeper couple, and burned down his mansion. The Blue Mansion, to be clear. Mysteriously, the gardener on the island escaped and was never seen again. All that remains is a secondary structure nearby, the Decagon House. The classmates all take the names of famous mystery authors when they join the club, and the ones on vacation are Poe, nicknamed after Edgar Allan Poe, Carr, after John Dixon Carr, Ellery, after Ellery Queen, Van, after S.S. Van Dyne, Agatha, after Agatha Christie, Ortsy, after Baroness Ortsy, and Leroux, after Gaston Leroux. In the segments we read today, the classmates wake up one morning to find plaques on the center table labeled first victim, second victim, and so on, and ends with the detective and the murderer. Initially unnerved by this, they eventually rationalize it as a prank by one of their own members. But the next morning, they wake up to find Ortsy strangled and her hand chopped off. They lock her bedroom and begin to try to find a way to signal the mainland, to no success. Later that night, Carr takes a sip of coffee prepared by Agatha while the group discusses what to do, and then begins to convulse, eventually collapsing dead from poison. Meanwhile, on the mainland, Kawaminami Takaaki, a former member of the Mystery Club, receives a letter stating, "You all murdered Nakamura Chiori." Chiori was a member of the club who died 1 year ago from alcohol poisoning at a club party. He begins investigating and visits Nakamura Seiji's brother and Chiori's uncle, Nakamura Kojiro. There he bumps into a man named Shimada Kiyoshi, a not quite yet Buddhist monk and amateur sleuth who offers to help him figure out what's going on. Despite getting some small clues, they're unable to ascertain the danger occurring on the island. And we kind of leave off there at a little bit of a very short cliffhanger chapter in which they look off at the island, from across the bay and go, they're probably fine, right?
Yeah,
How bad could it be?
In my mind, I was imagining like a Miami Vice-esque, like two guys posing on the beach, hands in pockets, staring at the island. I love that this is our second Honkaku book, and it also takes place on an island. I wonder if they also will take place on an island, or is that just or maybe that's just what happened this time.
Not all of them, but listen, murder
Ellery kind
islands
of talks about that in the first chapter.
Yeah.
Oh, true. He does mention like, yo, people love islands for murder. It's so small.
Yeah, in the modern age,
perhaps like a locked room in a way.
You have to do something because things ain't how they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I really like Ellery's character a lot because in my head he's a head taller than everyone else, even though I think canonically he's not. But he's so.
No, I think he is. I think you're right.
He's just so snooty about, like, he is the they all have like an archetype of a character, and I like Ellery is the I don't want to say sardonic because that's not quite correct, but he's almost Holmes-esque in like how haughty he is in his own intelligence and stuff like that.
Right.
He's Ellery Queen.
He's Ellery Queen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get murdered. There's no way that motherfucker's making it to the end.
Oh yeah, that dude has. I think in my notes somewhere I said I give Ellery 15 minutes to live. Obviously he did not get murdered first or second, but
it's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
I really like the cast. I like Agatha. I like Orksy. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Well, I liked Orksy. She's gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it is just like Ortsy.
Ortsy. Okay.
Yeah, Ortsy.
There's a C. I don't know language.
Yeah.
But I really love the cast in this one.
Yeah, fun characters. I am definitely like a little lost on what the fuck are men on the outside are doing, simply because I'm like, who are you? Who are you anyway? Like, okay, you just ran into this dude and he knows a suspicious amount about the case and he's helping you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing is I do really like essentially our Holmes and Watson doing their detecting from the outside in as best they can, just because they got these ominous messages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
why is this extra guy here?
Shimada is interesting. Yeah, Shimada is interesting because he's close to Kojiro. We don't know why he was. I don't think he really like explicitly states why he was visiting Kojiro and how Kawaminami like met him in the first place.
They're friends somehow, but he hasn't really explained how.
So there's a little bit of that, right? It's like, okay, well, we've got to obviously we're already like investigating family pasts and trauma, like, was Kojiro, having an affair with Seiji's, wife, that kind of thing, right? We're already, and who was Chiori's actual parents? They're floating all these ideas, but since everybody is very, very aware of detective fiction, the tropes of mysteries, they're all talking like, well, this could be a possibility. This would be common in a murder mystery. This would be common in one of these stories. And they're all operating, that's that's very common with these Shin Honkaku mysteries, is that they're very meta. Like, they're very like, yeah, we're in conversation with all these other murder mysteries that have come from the past. Everybody knows about Sherlock Holmes. It's not like in like how in like zombie movies and media, people
like,
don't know what zombies are.
Yeah.
Right. Like, no, it's the first time they've ever encountered the concept of a zombie, in their world. I mean, obviously that is occasionally not the case depending on the media you're experiencing, but for the most part, that's generally how it works. Same thing in a lot of murder mysteries. People understand that murders happen. People know what a detective is, but oftentimes the tropes of a murder mystery like don't necessarily exist in their world per se, especially in older ones, right? So having a bunch of characters talking about like, well, yeah, this is how it would be done in an Edgar Allan Poe story, or this is how it would be done in a Ellery Queen story, is kind of funny and is just kind of part and parcel with how a lot of these Shin Honkaku mysteries were written. So I like that. I think that's fun. And that's also the kind of thing the reader's doing as well, right? At the same time, you're like, well, there could be an affair, or it could be this person doing that. And so just as you're working through all those things, all these people who all consider themselves amateur detectives and all would love if they got to be named after homes, they're all doing their musing and theories out loud as well.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of Scream for me because like how Scream was commenting on like slasher movies and horror movie tropes. This is commenting on murder mysteries and stuff like that. And I love all the characters. You see, this is where my brain is a little bit poisoned because I go, the murder mystery in a locked island. What have I seen that before? And my my brain rots in the back when it says Danganronpa. I know, okay, I know, Rose.
I don't know why I didn't expect it to be Danganronpa, and then I realized just before you said it that it was going to be Danganronpa.
I get it, okay? I'm Danganronpa filled, but the reason I bring this up is because in Danganronpa 2, they reference another game called Twilight Syndrome, and in that game, it is reminiscent of, like, we don't have, like, actual names for places anymore. It's just, like, S City or K University or stuff like that. Like, the actual names of these locations do not matter. It is only the people that matter. And that is the through line that I saw. There's an actual real connection in here, but unfortunately I got through there through a layer of Danganronpa. Like a mole.
That's okay, it can happen to the best of us. It's not your fault.
I still like it. Don't say it's false.
I enjoy a lot of what's going on here. My favorite island goer, my favorite me on this terrible Tomodachi Life Island, is Poe, because
cigarettes.
Yeah, well, not just because he chain smokes. They're all chain smoking.
Yeah.
But I like the sensible doctor character if somebody does it correctly, and this is so far a sensible doctor character done correctly. A guy who goes, "What the fuck are you people talking about?" You know, like.
And they're all studying, like, because they're all at university. Yeah. They have their own degrees that they're studying, right? They just all happen to be part of the mystery club, right?
Yeah.
So, and yeah, if you're not reading along, like I said at the summary, there's 7 of them. They're staying on this island. The blue mansion from the rich man who owned it originally has burned down. There's just this Decagon house, which again is basically what it sounds like. There's 10 rooms. 7 of them are made out to be bedrooms, and then there's like a kitchen and like a couple closets and like an entrance hall, like a bathroom and some closets and that kind of stuff. They give you a little map in the book, as many of these books are wont to do. So you have a little island map and you have a little map of the Decagon house. So presumably that will be crucial at some point. And I also really like that everybody. I mean, the book does a very good job of establishing everybody's position kind of in the club coming in. Mm-hmm. There's existing relationships. There's prestige associated with certain names. So which classmate gets to adopt which name? There's like a certain amount of cachet there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, you got Agatha Christie? Okay. Well, that's a pretty good one, kind of thing. You must be pretty skilled. Pretty good member of the club as a result to have that name, right?
So so everyone else has their last names, but Agatha and Ellery both go by their first names. Why?
Right.
Why?
Christy doesn't sound as good. Queen doesn't sound as good.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's because he's a big baby. I should have thought of that.
He's a guy, and he wouldn't want to be called Queen. He would rather be Ellery.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, that fits exactly with his character type. And then oh man, where are my notes here? Who was Kawaminami had a name, and then his other former classmate that he meets up with. What were the names that they took in the club here?
The first
God.
guy. Oh, my notes are coming in handy. He is.
Yes.
I actually got a little confused about this, but I think I figured it out in the end. So he was originally our main guy. Our main man on the outside was Doyle.
That's right, Doyle. Yes, he was Doyle. Yeah.
Because our weirdo extra dude does like a pun on the characters of his name and is calling him Conan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like Conan Doyle. We don't know what the other guy's alias was.
Okay.
Because
we
get his name, his Japanese name, not his, Western author nickname, which is
Morisu.
Morisu, which causes me to go on an insane brain tangent while I try and figure out why I can't stop thinking about that name, and then realize that it's because of Norvell Morisseau, the Canadian First Nation artist whose painting I walk by every day at work.
Wow, holy shit.
So that's what that was about. So I was genuinely obsessed with figuring out why this guy's name was ringing so many bells for me, and I think that was it. We do not get his former code name. They have not brought it up.
Okay.
I'm curious to find out what it is.
Yeah.
But he does there's a little bit of not jockeying, but a little bit of playfulness around Kawaminami and Morisu talking about who's the Holmes here and who's the Watson if we're going to be solving this crime. And then Morisu is well, I'm actually got to sit this one out. He's I can be an advising consulting detective for you. You can bring me some stuff and I'll give you my thoughts, but I'm not coming with you on this trip. You and Shimada can figure this one out. And so Shimada's okay.
That's kind of crazy.
What if Holmes had two Watsons?
What if Holmes had two Watsons? I think my thought process about this is that because we are people who are familiar with murder mystery fiction, I'm anytime a character is not on screen, I'm asking myself, what is this character doing off screen? And my guy over here just painting statues. He's got proof. He's got a fucking painting of a Buddha statue. And I'm all right, well, chances are he did not drive to the island and kill somebody and then drive back because
this book is great about that, because the structure of it is day 1 we're of the island, second chapter is day 2 of the mainland, so the chapter 1 and 2 are happening simultaneously.
Right.
And then same with chapter 3 and 4, island and mainland. So what is going on the island and what's going on in the mainland are happening at the same time. So we, the reader, obviously know this. And I thought it was fun that I forget exactly which chapter it is, but both Ellery and Morisu come to the same conclusion at the same time, which is that it's possible that this eccentric rich architect guy who died in the Blue House murders didn't actually die, and he may have sort of substituted the gardener's body for his own and escaped.
Mm-hmm.
But why he would do that and how is what we're still figuring out. And I think to have our Ace Attorney moment, this is definitely you have to solve this case from the past to solve the case in the present sort of situation. They're connected.
Yep.
You're so right.
It's always there. Yeah.
Baby.
It's all connected.
Now, and I also really like that the group on the island is immediately not immediately, but not long after they've gotten over the shock of the first murder, they're could it have been one of us? They don't really want to confront that, but they do talk about it. And then they go, well, wait a minute. What if there's somebody else on the island and we just haven't seen them yet? There's always the possibility that there is somebody else here. They got here some other way. Maybe they've been living here. Maybe it's the architect.
Ellery
we do not know yet.
pivots to that idea.
And he starts searching around the island as well to try to find any evidence that somebody else has been here. Because in a way, that's an easier, even though that's like an unknown and terrifying, it's much easier than the idea that one of your best buds now has suddenly become a murderer and is going to murder all of you one by one.
Killing all of you, yeah.
It's also interesting that, like, a lot of the characters are on the fucking island are going, like, this is madness, who's doing this, why is this happening? And, like, the people off the island are like, well, yeah, it's because of Chiaki died a year ago. I mean, frankly, they got the letters, so they have the connection. But low-key, if I was in a murder mystery party, and a year ago someone died of alcohol poisoning at our party, and then a year later we all start dying, I think... You
know there's more to the alcohol poisoning. You know there's more to that party. There's something else that happened there at that party.
The alcohol was poisoned. Alcohol poisoning.
More than just a bunch of college kids. And funnily enough, the character who is the most, like, I see something I picked up on this. I was like, if one of them's the murderer, we're having an unreliable narrator situation. Multiple different characters, students are narrating. But, so I immediately was like, I gotta watch out if somebody's gonna, like, fucking heavy rain me by having the murderer think things that they shouldn't be thinking to try and throw me off the scent.
You never forgot, did you?
The only character where I was immediately like, okay, this person can't be the murderer is the first victim. Because she is thinking things that the murderer would not think. She's the person who's most likely to make the connection because she was closest with the girl who died a year ago.
Yeah. Ortsy is kind of our most sympathetic character, right out of the gate.
Here.
I feel so bad for her.
Be here.
I was hoping
she's
for
very
some lesbianism,
self-critical.
if I'm honest.
I did see the Yuri possibly there, but I felt so bad for her. I was like, damn, shit, you got to be a little nicer to yourself, Ortsy. It's. I mean,
this is what it's like to be a girl sometimes.
This is.
I mean, I am curious a little bit to see like how, just how gender plays out here, because I'm definitely seeing some. I'm not sure how aware yet the book is of the sexism that the rest of the boys are putting upon Ortsy and Agatha, right?
So much. Like, they're making the food, they're making the coffee. The part of the, like, tension early in the trip is that John, Dix, and Carr, like, both asked both of them out, and they both turned him down, and that's why he's being so shitty.
Yeah.
Oh, God, buddy, you gotta be better than that.
Like, and again, the implication that he asked Agatha out first, she shot him down, so he's like, well, I'll go to the next girl
that
I know, Ortsy. Just like, oh my God, dude, come on, man.
That is college, that is fucking moron behavior.
I'm also like, I don't know, I was in college. That was kind of what everyone was doing back then.
I low-key feel for him, because I'm just like, listen, man, emotions are tough and complicated, but buddy, don't be fucking rude about it. Be nice. He's like the most accused.
For some reason, he's like lashing out at Ellery about it, and Ellery's just like, well, I don't know what his problem is.
It's because even though we can't see Ellery's face, we know that he's the most attractive of the group. We know this for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
you can just get that sense of vibes below. Yeah.
I have to think so. He's like at least 7 feet tall.
He's gotta be at least 7 feet tall. I'm with you on this.
He's gotta be at
least. I
also
think like Ellery is like he seems obnoxious, but I think he's a fun character because he's doing all these like magic tricks to like try and cheer Agatha up.
Magician
when she's like
reference.
Really upset, and there's like a moment where that he's going on about something because clearly he's the kind of guy who like cannot shut the fuck up. He's got to keep talking no matter what. And he's going on and on about something, and he has like something that he can't quite remember about like Japanese or English literature, which is Orksy's subject, and he asks her, "Oh, what poem was this?" or whatever. And then immediately realizes what he's done. She's already dead.
Yeah.
She's a dead body in the next room and gets like extremely upset about it. And
yeah.
Everyone, I was like, okay, there's a real man in there. He's just a freak.
he's
But he's a real
just
guy.
he's a theater kid. He just wasn't allowed to be out there. Yeah, no, I love that line where he says like, even Ellery can mess up sometimes, and I was like, oh fuck, Ellery, dude, my guy, that's so tough. Oh god, I do love all these characters. I think somehow the most interesting character to me, and I don't know why, was Van because he was so sick. On the first day, dude just has a fever. He's just ill.
Yeah.
That's not a personality trope thing. He was just like, oh, and there's the sick guy.
It's like
I mean,
the original
we'll have
like
to see.
that one of the concepts behind this trip is like Lover was like, hey, guess what, motherfuckers? You're all trapped on an island. Finish your short stories, bitches.
Yeah,
I have to
yeah.
publish this article and none of you are working. Finish your short stories.
Yeah.
Like, trap a bunch of writers on a deserted island with no cell phone service to get them to actually write. Checks out completely. Totally understandable reason for why we're here, aside from just the theming of it.
Oh god,
Yeah, and he's the one who has the connection to get them on the island in the first place, right?
I think that's
There's
Van.
Yeah,
One who's sick the first day.
Or yes, Van has that connection. Yeah, because he
scrolling furiously through my notes. Yes, Van is there first because his uncle or
Yeah.
something
currently owns the island now.
yeah.
Bought it at some kind of estate auction or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how
which
he
is
got
referenced later. But when we talk to the dead guy's brother, and he's like, "Yeah, I just sold it at a loss. I don't want to.
Didn't want to deal with
look
that
at it.
stupid, awful island anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm never going back there."
There's
I
a
just
weird
want-
an
fucking
island
house.
is like it's an albatross, you know. Murders or no, an island's a lot to take care of.
Yeah, I was
even if you're
definitely-
wealthy, yeah,
I was
it's a
definitely
pain.
confused at first because I was like, "Wait, we're post murders," and then I was like, "Wait a second, there's multiple murders going on."
Yep.
There's the
Yeah.
Blue House murders, and then there's the Decagon House murders. So confusing.
This is the second time in like 3 days I've heard the word albatross used in reference to something, and I'm realizing maybe there's something albatross shaped in the water. I don't know what, but
It's an extremely common literary reference.
I know, but like, but the other two things I'm thinking of is that like our friend posted albatross in the other chat, and then I've also I just rewatched Big Top Burger, and I remember the line with chat. I'm the albatross on your clavicle is the line that fucking Cesare says.
Oh,
and
shout out to Big Top Burger.
and I just was like, man, the albatross, what a noble animal. Everyone keeps talking about it. I love like summertime mystery murders. I didn't realize how much I really liked them until we got like, I don't know, this is the Boar Island puzzle, and then we recently played Paranormal The Mermaid's Curse, which is also not an island. And now I'm here and I'm like,
a summer island murder. Yeah.
Summer. I didn't realize you were so ripe for murder.
But listen, it's spring break. That's why those guys have time to like drive all over the coast of Japan, like looking.
Oh
like...
yeah, true. It is spring for them. I think the character that I think about the most is either it's like not Kawana. Oh my god, I can't say his full name. Kawaminami. He's not him. It's his compatriots, both Morisu and Shimada. Where I'm just like, Morisu is just out there painting, but every time he's off screen, I'm thinking to myself, are you just taking a boat down the island and killing people, then coming back really, really fast? Or
it's hard for me to rationalize Morisu being part of this yet. But obviously he is a former club member, so he's not, you know, we can't fully take anybody out of the running yet. Shimada has a lot of unanswered questions, I think, still.
I love just like in my head
sent these letters, right? They knew who was at the after party, but they didn't know that Moriso and Doyle left early.
Yeah, they were not there.
The accident occurred.
Yeah, they were not there at the moment of the actual accident. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's an interesting thing to think of.
Yeah. And that's so like, yes, the remaining were the main 7, and then Chiori were there. So again, something else could have happened. We also don't know any really of the backstory for Chiori being part of this club yet. Were they bullying her constantly? Was there a rejection one way or the other somewhere along the line?
What was her
you know,
code name?
I was literally I was
Yeah,
literally
what
about
author
to ask.
did she have it? Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of things that could really inform both metatextually and just within the context of the story what happened there. But if depending on the author Chiori had as a code name, that might lead you to some certain conclusions.
We might think of something.
They talk about inheritance of the code name being like, yes, once I leave, they will take my name. And I'm like,
give somebody your code name.
Is there a solid fucking chance that someone killed Chiaki because Chiaki was about to inherit a code name they wanted? Over the fuck?
Not impossible.
It's not impossible, but I think that if I was murdered for a college murder mystery publishing journal, I'd just be pissed. I'd just be...
Yeah, I would 100% haunt and organize a bunch of, murders and say perhaps a 10-sided house.
I love the 10-sided house. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They talk a lot about how, like, the angles of the house are made in such a way that when you approach a door, like, the wall gets smaller and it's, like, visually upsetting to think about. And
I think I wouldn't be visually upset.
I'd be fine. Yeah.
God damn it! I was literally about to talk about, like, oh, that kind of reminds you of the impossible angles in H.P. Lovecraft Media and shit like that. And Rose simply just goes, I comprehend it.
Yeah.
I get it. I wouldn't have problems.
I'm very fond of, like, this is not something that's come up on the podcast, I think, at all. I'm very into, like, sort of weird, unusual architecture. Like, that's something I genuinely, like, deeply enjoy. Like, when I was a kid, some family friends of ours stayed in this old, like, A-frame house in the woods, and everything was just, like, so funnily shaped, and, like, I was so into it. And, like, I don't know.
I love an A-frame cabin, yeah.
Yeah, it was so fantastic, and so I'm just, like, any kind of weird architecture, like, anything weirdly shaped, so, show me your unusual homes. I love that shit. So I would comprehend it, is what I'm saying. Not only would I comprehend it, I would love it.
There is also a decagon-shaped skylight in the center as well.
Yes. But no open floor bathroom, which is the thing that I do hate about unusual architecture.
Oh my god.
Get that shit out of here. I hate those.
I have nightmares about those.
High fives you.
It's
we all
awful.
have if you're normal, you have nightmares about open plan bathrooms. If you're a psychopath, you are apparently an architect who puts them in your house.
Fair enough. I like so, like, we know that Ortsy is the first murder. I like this, what is the second murder, essentially, which is Carr, who got poisoned by coffee. And then everyone immediately starts figuring out every possibility of how the poison could have gotten in the coffee. It is like, the body's not done convulsing, and they're like, we gotta figure it out. Who had time to put poison in the coffee? Could the cup have been poisoned beforehand? And I'm like,
right, could it have been on the lip of the cup? Was it in the coffee? Yeah.
It's how
everybody talking
wanted.
like, yeah, and everybody's been like, well, Agatha, we basically saw you make the coffee the whole time, that kind of stuff, but we didn't see
to the point
the
that
mugs.
The real, I think, is like, Ellery's like, well, you weren't watching everything she did. He's like, no, she was. I was watching everything she did. I'm really hyper fixated about poison right now.
I'm really scared.
So I have been watching every single thing that any of you do with food this entire time very intently.
Maybe we should just start making all of our own food, is what I'm saying,
They definitely should.
I also recently saw The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, and it's funny how, like, The Thing, here's the thing. The John Carpenter's here's the thing. I like the paranoia aspect a lot, because literally, like, in the movie, they also go, like, all right, everyone travels in twos. Also, make sure everyone prepares their own food from now on. And whenever they're not doing that, I'm just like, you guys should be preparing your own food. Like, this is really important. And then Carr gets murdered. I'm just like, exactly. This is exactly what happens.
That movie made me so anxious. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I'm scared. I was just like, I feel anxious.
It's stressful.
So effective art. Yeah, I was very stressed.
I like the tension that's happening here, because they were having moments where, like, characters are, like, starting to break off and try to investigate the island, and we're already having I refuse to travel with them, and it's like, oh, you motherfucker.
Poe was like, hey, we should all sleep in the same room here together. Like,
that's
low key happens. And they're all like, no. And he's like, fuck. Okay.
Here's the thing is that I don't know if I could do that. You know what I mean? I totally understand where Agatha's coming from, where it's like, no, what if one of you kills me?
Agatha's the only person who has a point. But like the rest of these motherfuckers, I don't know. Well, then again, you're alone, you get murdered.
Yeah, no, I'm getting murdered regardless in any scenario. This is the part that sucks.
Yeah, but we'll catch the murderer this way.
Well, then I'll be dead by the time he's done. I don't care if you catch him.
I'll be dead if I'm alone. Also, you got to think about it.
Oh God, this is a real conversation that would happen in one of these, and we'd have to figure out.
Oh, I'm too collectivist.
Yeah.
I love the idea of pulling out your philosophy in the middle of a conversation, doing a murder mystery. Hey guys, I think we should take the collectivist route.
Well, I guess I'm just not fucking woke commie or whatever. But...
Actually, I think I'm gonna choose hyper individualism. I'm gonna go outside. States to sit outside the cold.
Outside.
Well, when we go on the updated autopsy report, Mystery Island cruise, we'll be sure to have it all set up nicely so that whatever route people want to choose, it'll work out.
Yeah, the cruise.
Yeah, the multiple endings. I can't wait to see which ones we can get.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to go in the ocean, right?
No.
No, you can stay on the boat the whole time. Yeah.
There's a route where you don't take the cruise.
We'll find an island that had a real murder on it, and we'll go there and we'll stay on the island.
And I'm like, you guys have no idea how seasick I get.
Why don't you just sleep the entire time?
There's no murder. It's just me vomiting until I die of dehydration.
Who did this? Who murdered Rose?
Poseidon.
The sea. The wine dark sea.
The wine dark sea.
That's how I'd want to go. I love the wine dark sea.
I'm really excited to see who the next victim's going to be.
Yeah.
I also, at the certain point, like, I have a question, because this is, I totally forgot to ask this. So, like, this is a Honkaku novel. Is it going to ask us to try to tame the chaos and figure out what happened? Because the last one did.
Probably.
Does anyone have...
It's too early for me to make any assessments here.
That's the thing. I have no idea who it could possibly
we're only halfway
be.
Through.
It could be
we're
anybody.
Only halfway through. We got plenty of space to.
We probably won't get all the pieces that we need until right before the end.
When there's like 3 of them and it's like Among Us.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah, we don't have like nearly enough information.
Dies. That's all I have to say.
I'm not going to be surprised when Ellery dies. It's going to be so obvious.
I could see Ellery being the air quotes detective. I can also see him maybe being the killer.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that he's not, just again purely based on nothing but vibes.
Yeah. I think the thing that I think about the most is the fact that like in the prologue they talk about a character and it's like he's on the island, he's thinking about what he's about to do, and I'm just like, well, I guess it's not Orczy or Agatha.
I would be sick if it was Agatha for real.
Yeah.
I don't think that Agatha that's their ship name that they didn't get to use because one of them's dead already. I don't think she would have killed the only other woman first. I just don't think she would have done that.
Fair, valid.
I would not be surprised if Agatha does not make it out of this.
Agatha's
unfortunately,
not making it.
Doomed, literally doomed. Yuri, they're doomed.
Now, if we, here's the thing: if we take that prologue as entirely literal and no room for trickery at all, Van was the one who was on the island first.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Unless the air quotes dead guy has been on the island the whole time.
Right. And Van has just been sick. That's like his one thing that he's done. He's got on the island and he's been sick.
There's the funny guy, there's the low guy, there's the guy we kind of hate, and then there's sick guy. And I think that's the funniest archetype. It's
whenever a character doesn't get enough characterization, I'm like, oh, you're either going to die in about 10 seconds or you're actually the killer and you're just trying to like hide through obscurity. You know?
Oh yeah.
I just think it would be so obvious if it was him.
Right. That's the thing. Right now, it's also too obvious. Is the other thing that happens because you're like, well, that's.
Because that's the thing. It's like immediately John Dixon Carr, rest in peace, is like, it's fucking Van. He was here first. He set this shit up. He got us set up on this island.
Yep. Yeah, they bring that up immediately.
Yeah,
oh my god.
The first, like one of the first accusations that gets made.
I'm now thinking it is Van. If only.
If they want to circle back around to that, I'm gonna need a little more cooking to be happy.
Well, when the character's really obvious who it could be, then yes, you need to do almost the whole time pulling away from that to make it work again. That make you go, well, I guess it seemed obvious at first, but I guess it couldn't be. And then you gotta, So that's tough. That's a tough line to walk. So we'll see.
He's gonna blow up or some shit. He's gonna like have it like he's gonna have an explosion. It's gonna be like a fucking grenade going off.
Everybody's dying in a different way, so it's not impossible, I suppose, for somebody to explode.
Yeah, no, that's the thing that I noticed was that the second that Carr got poisoned, I was like, oh, anything's possible now. We could have shark attack. Anything could fucking happen.
I mean, I did, despite like how potentially misleading it was, our intro with our potential killer. I was like, okay, like, I'm all in on whatever this guy is up to. Like, he's very much like, all right, I can't make the perfect plan. The best plan is a flexible plan. Obviously, what I'm doing is wrong, but I'm still going to have to do it because I won't be happy unless I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, like you're a villain who's doing things. Like, I hope this pays off. For me, not for you, obviously.
Yeah.
I like that kind of villain.
He's gonna have a tough time. This no one's gonna have a good time on this island, including I think including the killer. Sorry, part of me is just like, what if Sage is still on the island? What if he's still there? You know, I'm like, the thing about this is that every time they come up with a new stupid little theory, I go, oh well, you've actually got a point. You know, it could be that. I feel like if I was on this fucking island, I wouldn't make it because my head would be so far up in the like theory clouds that like the killer would walk up behind me and hit me with a bottle, and I'd fucking get got. I'm excited to see whether or not they mentioned the gimmick house thing about how, you know, he enjoyed building weird house with weird architecture, and I'm like, damn it, is there another room in the Decagon house? Is there a secret?
We saw the floor plan.
Yeah.
What if it's not there? Like, it could be something else.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something hidden somewhere in the island that they're going to find later, like some sort of secret room, secret basement. I don't know if it's gonna in the Decagon house, but
doesn't Ellery bring it up? Like, hey, shouldn't we go to the ruins of the Blue Mansion to like see if there's like a hidden basement or something where somebody could be hiding?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think he does.
He brings that up as a possibility.
He's all in on the like there is another person on the island.
Yeah.
Theory, like, because that explains the coffee cups, which seems kind of random. Like, the killer doesn't care what cup has poison in it because they're not drinking the coffee. So you could just put one poison in one coffee cup, and it doesn't matter.
As long as you don't get that one, bing bada boom.
Yeah, and what's the best way to ensure you don't get that coffee cup? You're not even drinking the coffee in the first place. You're not in the room.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's hard to say. Too early. We gotta keep reading.
It's too early. I have no idea what to say. I'm thinking about how like I thought the order of the victims mattered, but if the random coffee poisoning theory is like in play, then it doesn't matter about the order, which means that anyone can get killed at any moment. I would probably try to build a raft at this point. I'd be like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm not dying here. No, I'm saying.
Fair.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
I think that's fair.
Oh god, I just want to like. Part of me is just like, it's been a while since I had a book that I like can't put down. You know what I mean? I was like, every time I finished a chapter, I was like, oh god, I'm almost done. God,
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice and easy to read. Although I did have a little difficulty parsing like who's who on the mainland for a while, because I was like, there's too many nicknames. You know, who are these people? But now I think I got it sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was actually having the opposite problem with the nicknames. I was like, I'm actually getting y'all mixed up. Which one of you are people that I like and which one of you are people I don't like? And then they started talking, and I go, oh yeah, you're the ones I don't like.
Well, it's easy on the island, because I know exactly who everybody is. But
Yeah, but
our man on the outside, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, with 3 different names.
Kawami Nami.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Conan.
And Conan and Doyle.
Okay, so like, hear me out. When he was called Conan, I was like, the comedian?
Not Detective Conan, but
no.
Conan O'Brien.
I was like, Conan.
Then I think of 1, Detective Conan, 2, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. 3,
Mine was
that guy with the hair.
I was just thinking,
just gonna do that bit again.
No,
Seiji, the guy with the island.
Shut up! Shut up!
The rich weird architect
no,
with the island.
Yeah, the very same. Yeah, the very same. Did you hear what happened to him?
I'm sure he's fine.
No,
right? I mean,
he's
it's been a
not
while
fine.
since I talked to him. With much respect, if something would have happened to Nakamura Seiji, I would know.
Have you talked to Kojiro? Have you talked to Kojiro?
You know, as a not yet quite Buddhist monk, you know, I will go talk to Kojiro. Hi, my name's Shimada.
God Christ.
Well, they do try to talk to him, but he
is cagey. He is kind of like, I don't know.
No, he's Kojiro.
Well, at first he's extremely normal. Like, he's so normal. He's like, yeah, all this terrible stuff happened, and yeah, it was really tragic about my niece. It was very clearly a horrible accident. I don't blame any of you. Like, totally regular dude. They go back and try and talk to him later, and he doesn't answer the doorbell. Lights are still on in his house, but he does not come to the door. This could be nothing.
I thought he got murdered.
That too. It could be that he got murdered.
The second the lights were on in the house and he wasn't there, I was like, oh, he's dead. He's worm food right now. Which makes me think
he's on a boat to the island.
Or exactly. He's the one getting on the boat every day, being like, I gotta kill these fucking kids. I gotta run down there. I can't wait to find. I'm just happy to be reading this book. I'm loving it.
I'm happy to set y'all free on this because now you can read with reckless abandon if you so choose.
Yippee!
I don't know if anyone noticed, but this book was translated by Ho-Ling Wang, who is the same person who translated the Moai Island Puzzle.
Ah, thank you.
That would make sense. Yeah.
So they've done quite a bit of translation for Locked Room International, who published that book as well as this one originally, and then the print that I have right now is the reprint, the republishing. They use the same translation by Ho-Ling Wang by Locked Room International, but this one is published by Pushkin Vertigo. Instead, it has a very nice cover. So, and apparently there's more coming down the pipe.
Yes.
There's a couple other Yukato Ayatsuji books out right now, but I believe another one's coming out in July. So there's plenty more Shin Honkaku mysteries if we so choose to dive further into them.
I was going to ask you, what else is on the docket in relation to this writer? Because when I went to go buy this book, the guy was like, oh yeah, we actually have that in stock. We have several of these downstairs, and I went, several? There's more? Yeah. You're telling me there's...
You're welcome. I have all of the English works by Ayatsuji on the list currently. Ooh. All the ones that are out there. So they're just, we'll roll the die and see which one would come up next kind of thing, you know?
Nice.
Hey, as long as I can get them at the Boston Public Library, I'm good.
Well, they're new. You should be able to.
Cannot get the Moai Island Puzzle at the Boston Public Library. Do not try.
That one's out of print. Yeah, that one's tough to get now.
You can wait for the Decagon House Murders until I'm done with it.
If you're on the Boston Public Library system.
Yeah.
God bless.
All right. Well, then I think that'll do it then for this episode. As always, you can keep up with everything we do on our website, updatedautopsy.report, which has links to all of our social media accounts and our YouTube channel, which features Let's Plays and other fun videos. That is youtube.com/@Yotseben. And you can follow me on Blue Sky. My username there is, again, Yotseben. Tiago, where can people find you?
You can find me at Tiago Time on Blue Sky. I was going to say it's Tiago Time. No, it's just Tiago Time. I gotta get my own username.
Just Tiago Time.
It's just Tiago. No, it's not the word just. It's at Tiago. You know what I mean.
Who's on first?
I don't know what to say. I kind of feel like my brain's sort of short circuited in this episode, but like I'm just so enamored with this book. I love the cover of it. I love the story. It got a little dark sometimes, and I was like, yay, but you know, I'll be okay with that. Sometimes murders are dark, and that's what I remembered. God, what else am I doing? Oh, I'm trying new art. I'm block printing now. I'm trying to do new shit. I'm happy.
Fine.
Do stuff because goddamn, it's rough out here for a motherfucker. Pass turn.
Yeah. Do what you got to do to be creative where you can, is what I say. Yeah. Rose, how about you?
Yeah, you can find me at Rose Nonsense on Blue Sky, where I'm just sort of hanging out, doing my thing. You can also find me out at sunrise, welcoming in the summer, because it's gonna be May 1st soon. So happy International Workers' Day.
Yay!
And happy May Day, everybody. That will have passed already, so it's just sort of a retrospective. I may still be down by a river somewhere though. At dawn, so you know.
So bring beer
this
just
episode,
in case.
Yeah, this episode will be releasing on May the 5th.
May the 5th.
May the 5th be with you.
That's not how that goes.
No, I'm pretty sure.
May the 6th be with you.
And also with you. Sorry, and also with your spirit now. I'm a little...
Wait, what? Like in Star Wars?
Or whatever.
Did they say spirit
They
in Star Wars?
changed it on me. I can't fucking keep up with... It's been a while. I need to get my shit together.
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you'll rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. We'd prefer if it wasn't Spotify, but we did get everything fixed on Spotify. Next time, we will be reading the rest of the Decagon House Murders. So charge on through to the end. Hope you enjoy the rest of it, and we will talk to you as we find out who's been doing it next time.
Go, go, go. Everybody get your books. Run.
Run.
Bye.
Bye. I just burped a little. I feel bad. Bye.
God bless.
Great.
Yay.